Let's not forget these things. Let's be really strong mentally and remember like our rules. So once you throw up an armbar and it's in, what's your goal?
To finish.
100% about the what?
Finish.
It's 100% about the finish. My name is Alex DeHue. I'm a black belt under Otavio Souza, and my team is Gracie Barra, and I've been training jiu-jitsu for about 8 years now. My greatest motivation to be an instructor right now is passing on all the benefits I got from learning jiu-jitsu, from starting jiu-jitsu, and just being able to pass that on. I actually started training jiu-jitsu a little bit later on in life. I used to be in the military, did some time in college as well, so I didn't start jiu-jitsu until after that. I think I was 24. I was 24 when I started. I started training jiu-jitsu because I was always interested in the UFC, like a lot of people. After seeing the first UFC and all the UFCs after that, I kind of knew that jiu-jitsu would be something very important if I ever wanted to have real self-defense, and that's what kind of got me started with jiu-jitsu. I was always into martial arts. I was always interested in self-defense. You know, I was always a small guy, so self-defense was kind of a big part of something that I wanted in my life. Also, I used to watch all kinds of mangas and cartoons like Dragon Ball, so I always thought, you know, fighting and knowing how to fight was something that was cool. Currently, my favorite fighter in the UFC, I would have to say Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is one of my favorites, and a lot of people don't like him. But I enjoy him. I enjoy the things that he's been able to do over a short period of time in such a difficult division, and I just like, one of the things I like a lot about him is his strong mindset, just really believing in himself, believing in his team. And those are a lot of things I carry here at my school, you know, and I try to pass on to my students, is having a really positive attitude and strong mindset, believing in yourself, believing in our school, believing in our team, and those are the things that I think that help you become the best version of yourself when you have that kind of drive. Probably the most satisfying thing from being an instructor, I think, is seeing huge growth, like real growth. So for instance, you know, I've had kids that have come in here, you know, they didn't speak much, lack of physical ability, maybe they weren't good at sports, and they come in here and now they've been with me for quite a while, and I've seen that growth where they go from that to strong competitors and confident kids that are very outspoken, that help other kids, that are confident in what they do when they come here. So I think that's probably one of the most satisfying things, you know, seeing that growth in students. But not just kids, I see that in adults too. You know, I have a few adults. One of my strong purple belts, Natalie Van Hammersveld, you know, she's made some huge leaps and bounds as far as becoming a competitor and somebody in the jiu-jitsu world. So I see that all across the board, and I would have to say growth is probably, seeing that growth is one of the most satisfying things from being an instructor. Some of the challenges, you know, I face is kind of sometimes finding what drives certain people. You know, I think we have a really strong program here at our school, kids and adults, from lower ages all the way to the higher ages, that make it so a lot of kids that come in here, as soon as they start training, they get into our program. Most kids fit in and start really progressing. However, there's always kids and adults that maybe that doesn't always work for them, so sometimes I have to troubleshoot what really motivates them, whether, you know, it's more self-defense or whether it's more like weight loss or things like that. I think that's probably like the hardest thing to figure out with as far as teaching and being an instructor, finding those little things that drive people differently.
You have a couple students that drive like up to 45 minutes just to come to your school. How does it make you feel that they have so many options to go to any other school, yet they choose to drive all the way down here just to be taught by you? You
know, that's the fact that I have some students that come from very far away it's very humbling, and I'm super appreciative. I'm just very humbled and excited actually. I'm excited that they choose to come train with me and train with our school, train with our students, and that they see the value in what I teach and what we do here at Gracie Barra Garden Grove. So to answer your question, it just feels really good. It means a lot, it feels great, and it motivates me to have even a stronger program and make sure I'm always bringing my best when I teach. So that's what it does for me. The juniors class is going to be our next class that's coming up. Pretty much it's the beginner level class for ages 7 to 13, and it's our biggest program here for kids at Gracie Barra Garden Grove. And we just have a ton of kids. They come in here, they warm up, do some drills, learn some cool moves, and then they get to spar at the end. If the class goes well, they get to play some dodgeball, and usually that's one of their favorite parts of the classes. So, big kids class, and it's nothing but fun and learning.